Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and we are here to do the Q&A video. So this is basically in tandem with us reaching 35,000 subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing. And I didn't get that many questions as I'd like, so we're actually going to do this with a "Which Pokemon are you?" quiz. So let's go ahead and answer some of these questions. Thoughts on Pokemon Sword and Shield. So, honestly, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee kind of disappointed me. It didn't feel like it was a game that was completely, finished. So I'm hoping that Sword and Shield is more thought out than Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So yeah, my thoughts on Sword and Shield, I'm actually very excited. I want to see where the Pokemon games are actually going now. That Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are in the past, and I feel like it didn't catch as much people's attention as I'd hope. So, Sword and Shield, I'm hoping that Generation 8 brings the thunder. What Pokemon villain did you most relate to? So I'm guessing you're talking about, like, which one I relate to, as in that I can empathize with their plight. I feel like maybe because he's just wanting to protect Pokemon, and I guess if Pokemon were real, that would actually be a question that people would be asking. Do they enjoy battling? Is it okay to battle Pokemon? I feel like that would actually be a question in the world if Pokemon were real. So yeah, I would say I relate to N, maybe Team Plasma. Of course, Getsus has different plans. He's not actually in it for the question. He's actually wanting to eliminate trainers, so he has no one there to stop him. But I would say that I've always liked Team Magma just because they use fire and ground types, and those two are my top two favorite types. What's your most fondest Pokemon memory that wasn't technically Pokemon related, but it has a special memory? That wasn't technically Pokemon related, so I'm guessing you mean it doesn't have to be with Pokemon. I'll go ahead and throw out the one that is Pokemon related. I've always liked Pokemon, the Johto region. I have a lot of good memories playing through Pokemon Silver. Another memory I have that I really look back fondly on is when I defeated Brock. If you didn't know, I actually started with Pokemon Yellow, and I had so much trouble facing Brock. So I had a cousin that actually told me the way he beat Brock was catching a Caterpie and evolving it into Butterfree. So I did that, and it worked. And I actually remember that fondly. I feel like a lot of my fond memories of Pokemon are parts where I got stuck and then figured a way to go past that section. Another one that I had was I got two transfer packs for the 64, those little things you put on the back of your controller and you can put your game in. I had two of those, and I would actually trade between my blue and yellow version. That's how I got a Golem and, Machoke. That's how I got those, because I didn't really know anyone that had the actual, link cables back then. But a memory that's not technically Pokemon related, I guess, because I guess you want that one. I guess Super Smash Brothers. The first time I played Super Smash Brothers for the 64, that's when I was actually introduced to Pikachu. If it wasn't for that, I would probably never even found out about Pokemon. I probably would have. It'd probably been a little bit later, but yeah, that's what introduced me to Pikachu, and subsequently introduced me to Pokemon as a whole. What is your thoughts on the new Detective Pikachu movie coming out? So, I think Detective Pikachu is going to be a big thing for Pokemon. One of the things that I've noticed is Pokemon is actually more of a niche thing. It's not actually in the mainstream. Of course, it has some glimmers where it'll be in the mainstream, like with Pokemon Go. In the 90s, it was there. But if you ask some random person about a Pokemon, they're not going to know. Most of the people only know Generation 1 Pokemon. And even all the other Pokemon movies, they're just niche movies that are actually just made for the fans. They're not made for the wider viewing audience, the average person that would sit down in a movie theater. I feel like Detective Pikachu is going to be a change to that. we've already seen that it's not going to just rely on Generation 1, which I'm actually very glad. I don't see the point in just, focusing on Generation 1. Of course, they're the most popular, just because more people know about them. But I feel like as the Pokemon whole, you need to actually show off other Pokemon from other generations. And I think Detective Pikachu is going to be a movie that actually brings Pokemon back into the mainstream again. People are going to be watching it. They're going to go, "Oh yeah, I remember Pokemon Go." Maybe some of them will actually be like, there's this new Sword and Shield game coming out. I feel like the Pokemon company's trying to aim everything towards Sword and Shield, and I'm hoping this movie actually is a big thing for Pokemon as a whole. Here's another question: can we play Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles on Android? I'm guessing this person's asking if they can do some showdown battles with me. There might be some time in the future I would stream like showdown battles. I think that would actually be interesting. Have it where you come and challenge me on showdown and we just battle. I'm guessing that's what this person's asking. I don't know if they're asking if, actually play the game on Android. I don't know if Citra's even on Android, and if it was, I wouldn't know how to put it on there. Yeah, so I don't know about like that stuff, but I'm guessing they mean showdown. Here's a question: what Pokemon geological places should future games take place in, based on our world? That would be cool to see. So there's actually a lot of them I think would be cool. Let's first look at the ones that's already been done. Kanto was in Japan. Johto is also Japan. Hoenn and Sinnoh are all in Japan. Then we had New York with Unova. We have Kalos, that's France. And Hawaii is represented by Alola. And a lot of people are thinking the next games are Great Britain, which I guess I could see it. You have to like move the map around to actually see that Galar is Great Britain. So yeah, I guess we've got Great Britain now. So the ones that I think that could be cool, there's actually a lot of places. I think it would be cool to see a region based on Italy. There's a lot of stuff there in Italy. You've got, the Colosseum, you've got Rome, you've got Venice, you've got like Milan up in the north, you even got like Naples. There's a lot of different places that you can have based on an Italian region. Of course, you can even have like, Sardinia. That could be where you put the Elite Four on Sardinia maybe, or you could even put it up in the Alps. That would actually make more sense, I would think, because you have to go through the mountains, just like Hannibal with the elephants. Yeah, that would be actually pretty cool, to have an Italian-based region. Of course, there's a lot of other places. You could have like Mexico, you could have like a lot of Aztec-inspired architecture there. I think that would be cool too. You could also have, there's a lot of places that haven't even been touched, like South America. There's some interesting things you could do with that. You could have like, an area based on Brazil maybe, Argentina maybe. And also there's still places in America that could be used too, like maybe even LA, Seattle. You can give them the Unova treatment and make a whole region based off these little areas that are very well known. Of course, there's a lot of other places like Spain, even Africa. Africa hasn't even been touched yet, and there's a lot of cool things you could do with that, like Egypt. The one that actually I think would make a lot of sense is if they did a region based off China. I think that would actually be pretty cool because, they're actually doing more for China now that they're translating games into Mandarin. So I think that would be cool, have a region based off China. You'd have like the Great Wall of China. It could be like some Pokemon folklore that they built this wall to protect against some legendary dragon Pokemon that would swoop down and attack them. So there's just a lot of things that haven't been done yet that could be done. And the last question before we jump into our quiz is, any plans for Worlds 2019? So I'm actually planning on going to Pokemon Worlds 2019. I think that would be pretty cool, actually. I'm actually wanting to go, and if any of you are going, go ahead and let me know. So that way, maybe we could meet up while we're there. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out this quiz. So this is just a quiz I found. The thing's actually, which Pokemon are you? It's a BuzzFeed quiz. We're going to actually see what Pokemon we are. So where do we live? Pallet Town, Viridian City, Pewter City, Cerulean, Vermilion, Lavender, Cinnabar, Fuchsia, Saffron. So where do I live? I think out of these cities, I like Lavender Town, but I think I've always thought Cinnabar was cool. Actually, I think I'll go with Viridian. I like Viridian City. Choose a gym badge. So we've got the Boulder, Cascade, Thunder, Rainbow, Soul, Volcano, Earth, Marsh, and Relic badge. It's actually kind of odd that it's got, you know, a lot of Generation 1 badges here. And then there's just one Generation 4 badge just sitting there. That is Generation 4, right? Fantina. I feel like I'm biased, but I gotta go Volcano here. I love fire types. Earth badge is calling to me too because I love ground types, but I think fire types edge out. Choose your favorite game. Alright, so my favorite game: red, blue, yellow, gold, black, diamond, ruby, omega ruby, Pokemon X. They don't have Soul Silver or Heart Gold, which is actually my favorites. This is actually an odd collection of them because it's not like, you know, it appears all the Generation 1, but then one Generation 2, a Generation 5, Generation 4, Generation 3, and then 2 Generation 6s. We'll go Gold. I love Johto. What's your best quality? Respectful, honest, passionate, humble, focused, confident, brave, likable, sexy. I think my best quality might be that I'm likable. That's not me, you know, tooting my own horn. I feel like that's what a lot of people say about me. They say I'm a likable person in real life. What's your greatest weakness? Distant, selfish, perfectionist, impatient, unassertive, controlling, stubborn, always late, pushy. I think mine is a perfectionist. If I don't have something 100% right, I will re-record it if I have to. Who's the hottest? Ash Ketchum, Misty, Brock, Gary Oak, Noosh Joy, Professor Oak, Jesse, James, Officer Jenny. So, when I was younger, I had a crush on Misty. But now that I'm older, I'm gonna have to go with Jessie just because Jessie, my girlfriend's name is Jessie, and she is a beautiful person. So we'll just go with Jessie here. Pick an evolutionary stone. So we have fire, water, thunder, moon, leaf, sun, shiny, dusk, and dawn stone. Let's see here. I've always loved the moonstone because that's how you get a Nidoking. Always loved Nidoking. I feel like my bias is pulling me towards fire. I don't want my bias to, you know, completely control what's happening. So we'll just go with I like the Dawnstone too. There's a lot of good Pokemon that you can evolve with Dawnstone. I'll just go Moonstone though, because the Moonstone's something I've always looked for in Pokemon playthroughs. What's your go-to attack? Water Sport, Astonishment, Mega Kick, Psybeam, Rock Tomb, Tackle, Seismic Toss, Amnesia, Sludge Bomb. Out of these, probably Sludge Bomb. I got Magikarp. What? Hidden deep within your clumsy and seemingly useless fish body, there's a ferocious sea monster waiting to escape and kick some Pokemon butt. Don't worry, we all grow into our own at some point. Your time will come eventually. So, I guess we're going to be Magikarp. That's actually... Yeah, I guess we're going to be Magikarp. So, I guess we're going to change our name to Mr. Magikarp or something. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I guess we're going to... I guess our Pokemon's going to be Magikarp. So, what do you think about that? You can go ahead and check out this quiz if you want. I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out at the end of this video. So with that out of the way, I just want to say thank you all for subscribing. Of course, I'm actually planning on doing another, I guess, like type of special where I kind of do like a reaction video to some of my older videos. And you might be thinking, well, let me go back to your old videos and see. No, these videos are videos that were even before my Mr. Chabry channel. So you're going to see some Mr. Chabry where he's doing some things that are kind of embarrassing. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.